Hello friends, welcome to Affairs Cloud Learn to Lead. This is Ashu and today we will discuss very important current affairs of 25th of December 2021. You can see two best images of the day, but today we will discuss very important and the most important current affair. So watch this video till last. But I am requesting you all the students that you have to download our application Careers Cloud from the description box link. After that, log in with the email ID. Then click on this Crack Current Affairs section to subscribe our current affairs for 1 year as well as for 2 years. Both the subscription prices are very much low. But how we are covering this current affair? We are providing you daily section. In the daily, you will see three things. One is detail, second is question and answer format, and third is the quiz section which you can attempt on our application on daily basis. Next is the weekly section. Again, you will receive three things. One is detail, second is question and answer format, and third is the quiz section which you can attempt on our application on weekly basis. Most important section is the monthly, and we are providing four type of PDFs. One is detail, second is question and answer format, third is best 100 current affair that is also provided in the form of question and answer, and fourth one is pocket PDF. It means 2-liners and the 3-liners current affair will be provided to you so that you can revise these current affairs in quick format before your exam. But to enhance your performance further, we are providing 20 most important topic wise PDF. It means if you want to cover one particular topic, then you can use this topic wise PDF. If you are a banking student, we are providing three things. One is detail, second is question and answer format, and third is the quiz section. But all these three things are only related to banking and economy. And you can attempt this quiz only on our application on monthly basis. If you want to cover all the past current affair of 2021 just from single PDF, then you can use this exam PDF. We are providing detailed budget and economic survey. Expected question and answer will be provided to you so that you can recall that examiner can make these type of questions from budget and economic survey. If you are appearing for your respective state exam, then we are also providing you state current affair, and we are covering every state and union territory. So all these things comes under only one subscription. You have to just download our application Careers Cloud from the description box link. After that, log in with the email ID. Then click on this Crack Current Affair section to subscribe our current affairs for 1 year as well as for 2 years. Both the subscription prices are very much low. But if you are a new student, you are just starting your preparation, then I am advising you to subscribe for 2 years. And we are providing 10% extra discount on both subscriptions if you use this code ASH10. And if you have any query, you can email us or you can call us on this number or email ID. So let's start 25th of December current affair. But first of all, you have to like this video. You have to share this video as maximum as possible, and you have to subscribe this channel if you're new on this platform, and join a Telegram group from the description box link. Here is the first question. Who has been appointed as India's chef de mission for 2022 Winter Olympics? So the keyword here is very important, which is chef de mission, and it is for 2022 Winter Olympics. First of all, you have to remember 2022 Winter Olympics will be hosted by Beijing. So it means I am talking about which country? I am talking about China. And who is appointed as the chef de mission from Indian side? It is Harjinder Singh. So answer of this question is C. You can see here the picture of Harjinder Singh. Ice Hockey Association of India's General Secretary Harjinder Singh appointed as chef de mission for Beijing Winter Olympics. And you can see here Harjinder Singh currently serve as the General Secretary of the Indian Ice Hockey Association. You can also remember, but it is not so much important. And 2022 Winter Olympics will be held from 4th to 20th February in Beijing, China. You can also remember because this is very important thing. And Harjinder Singh was also the chef de mission of Indian contingent at 23rd Winter Olympic Games, which was held in 2018, and it was hosted by South Korea. So it means 2018 was hosted by South Korea, 2022 will be hosted by China. And you can also remember the first edition of the Winter Games, Winter Olympic Games, was held in 1924. Winter Olympic Games started in 1924 and it was hosted by France. This is very static question and you can also remember this. And this is selected by Indian Olympic Association of India, and you can also remember Indian Olympic Association president is Narinder Dhruv Batra. Narinder Dhruv Batra is currently the Indian Olympic Association IOA president, and headquarter of IOA is in New Delhi. So remember all the things. Now we are moving to the next question. So only one question was there in the most important section. Now we are moving to very important question section. You have to like this video, you have to share this video as maximum as possible, and you have to subscribe this channel if you're new on this platform, and join a Telegram group from the description box link. But before proceeding to the first question, I just want to discuss about our PO mains course which we recently started. What are the things which we are provided under this PO mains course? Just I am taking your 40 to 45 seconds, then we proceed to the first question. As you all know that we have started 25 days free course to crack IBPS PO mains examination, and this course was started on 13th of December and it will end on 14th of January. It means almost for 1 month we have started this course. And remember, this course frequency is from Monday to Friday. We will not upload any quiz on Saturday and Sunday. And in the quiz, we will upload 70 questions daily. Out of 70, 20 questions will be related to reasoning and 20 questions related to quant, or you can say mathematics, and 30 questions related to general awareness or current and banking awareness. You can see these are the quiz, and course could be attempted at any time. No daily limit is there, but course will be attempted only through application, that is Careers Cloud application. For more details, you can download this application from the description box. Now moving to very important question section. So here is the first question in the very important section. What is the rank of India among the dope violators in the world according to 2019 anti-doping rule violators report? Again, very important question. You have to remember this 2019 anti-doping rule violation report is published by, or it is released by, World Anti-Doping Agency, which is also known as WADA. And what is the rank of India? India's rank is third. So answer of this question is B. So you can see here World Anti-Doping Agency. And you can see here World Anti-Doping Agency has published its latest report, that is 2019 Anti-Doping Rule Violators Report. And you can also remember that this report is compiled based on the decisions received by World Anti-Doping Agency before 31st of Jan 2021. It means after 31st Jan 2021, the doping result is not under this report. And you can also remember the bodybuilding, even weightlifting, athletics has recorded the more number of the dope offenders in India, especially in India. And India ranked third among the dope violators in the world with 152 anti-doping rule violators. Russia tops this list. You can also remember Russia tops this list because Russia total dope violators are 167. And second rank goes to Italy. Italy's dope violators are 157, and India's 152. After that, Brazil is there, Iran is there, but you don't have to remember. Just remember the top country is Russia, and third rank goes to India. Moving to next question. Which company and Indian Navy have launched a co-branded credit card for Navy personnel? Again, very important question because this is Indian Navy, and one of the you can say finance company have launched a co-branded debit card, not debit card, basically credit card for the Navy personnel. And this is Bank of Baroda Financial Solutions. So answer of this question is B. So in simple word, you can say that Bank of Baroda Financial Solution, which is fully owned subsidiary of Bank of Baroda, and Indian Navy have launched a co-branded credit card for the Navy personnel. And this credit card will be offered on the RuPay platform. It means they also tied up with the National Payment Corporation of India and will be equipped with the contactless feature due to COVID-19. And they will launch basically 3 variants, but total eligibility is the Navy personnel should be up to the age of 64 years and will be eligible to choose from the 3 variants of the co-branded credit cards. And out of these 3 variants, the base variant will be offered as a lifetime free credit card, and the other 2 variants will be offered at joining and annual fees with easily achievable spend-based fee reversal and waiver charges. And the 3 variant credit cards will also applicable for personal accident insurance. It means insurance will be provided under this card, lifetime free add-ons, EMIs, EMI offers, periodic merchant offers through tie-up done through the Bank of Baroda and the National Payment Corporation of India. So all the credit card have same offer. So you have to just remember that they will launch 3 variants, and this is Bank of Baroda Financial Solutions, and they will launch these 3 credit cards for the Indian Navy. Just these 4 or 5 points are takeaway points of this question. Just remember about Bank of Baroda Financial Solutions. It was established in 1994, headquarters in Mumbai, and Bank of Baroda Financial Solution MD and CEO is Shailendra Singh. Shailendra Singh. Moving to next question. Which state launched dashboard monitoring system which is known as Chief Minister Dashboard 360 degree? So just keyword you have to remember, Chief Minister Dashboard 360 degree, and it is recently launched by Tamil Nadu government. So you can see here the picture of MK Stalin. The Tamil Nadu government launched CM Dashboard monitoring system, and you can see here Chief Minister Dashboard name is the full name is Chief Minister Dashboard Tamil Nadu 360 degree, but examiner will not basically put this Tamil Nadu in the option. So just remember it is known as CM Dashboard 360 degree. and it will enable CM to track all the welfare schemes which are started by the state government as well as the center government, including the status of their implementation, fund allocation, and the number of beneficiaries, along with updates on the storage of water in the dams and the rainfall pattern. So all these things. And CM dashboard helps in proper monitoring, increased efficiency, elimination of delays in the decision making. And this also monitors the price of more than 25 food grains, vegetables, and fruits, and projects a possible increase in the prices to facilitate government intervention. And the status of the economy, especially very important. All the status of the economy, including employment trends and civil supplies, will be available on the dashboard. So all things are available on this single dashboard, which is known as CM Dashboard Tamil Nadu 360-degree. Even daily police report of major crimes in the state with reference to the districts also require some attention. So that's why it will be included under this dashboard later on. So just remember, this is the state of Tamil Nadu who want maximum to maximum governance through you can say minimum government intervention. And you can also remember the state chief minister is M.K. Stalin, governor is R.N. Ravi, who was earlier the governor of Nagaland, but now he is currently the governor of Tamil Nadu, because earlier the governor was Banwari Lal Purohit, but now he is currently governor of Punjab. Very important. Moving to next question. The Turnover Wizard, Savior of Thousands, an autobiography of which person? So again, very important, because this is the autobiography of one very important person, the Turnover Wizard or Wizard, Savior of Thousands. So this book is released by our Vice President. That's why this question is very important. It means it is released by Venkaiah Naidu ji. And this book titled as The Turnover Wizard, you have to just remember. And this is an autobiography of Aroop Roy Chaudhary. So answer of this question is D. Now the question arises, who is Aroop Roy Chaudhary? He was the former chairman and managing director of NTPC, National Thermal Power Corporation. He was the former chairman and managing director of NTPC Limited. And this book specially consolidates Aroop Roy Chaudhary learnings from the life and brings out the management lesson from his life. And the book would assist the professionals and the, you can say, all the businessmen across the corporate world in handling crisis. And the book is also endorsed by E. Sridharan ji. E. Sridharan, very famous man, and who is also known as the Metro Man of India. So that's why this book is also endorsed by this person, and this book is very important. Aroop Roy Chaudhary. And you can see here, this is Aroop Roy Chaudhary, and this is the cover page, very beautiful cover page of this book. The Turnover Wizard, Savior of Thousands. So now we are moving to next question. RB extended the card on file tokenization deadline to dash. So just remember, this is a tokenization, and what is the meaning of tokenization? It is just a process of replacing a card sensitive information, like you can say card number, expiry date, security code, or you can say CVV number, with a device specific alternate code which is known as token. This is called tokenization. So in March 2020, RBI had issued guidelines for the regulation of payment aggregators and payment gateways, prohibiting payment aggregators and merchants to store customer card credentials within their database or server from 30th of June 2021. So earlier the deadline was fixed 31st of December 2021, but now it is extended up to 6 months. So it is extended to 6 months. Now the answer should be 30th of June 2022. So C is the answer. So you can see here RBI extended card tokenization deadline by the 6 months till June end. So I think you have to remember the most important thing under this question. This is the deadline date, 30th of June 2022. And what is the tokenization? This you have to remember. And RBI has 4 deputy governors, and one is Mahesh Kumar Jain, you can remember. One is Mishal Debapatra and M. Rajeshwar Rao, and the 4th one is T. Ravi Shankar. Next is India and which country jointly launched pilot project on pre-arrival customs data exchange. So remember the keyword under this question which are underlined, like country and pre-arrival customs data, which tied up for the you can say for the exchange of the data related to custom, and it is signed between India and Maldives. So answer of this question is B. So India and Maldives signed a memorandum of understanding between the customs of 2 countries for a joint launch of a pilot project on pre-arrival customs data exchange in a virtual ceremony. And this MOU specially helps in the faster export-import clearances, fast track custom payments, and help identify frauds. And the ties between the Maldives and India are based on the principle of mutual respect and understanding. And it also strengthens the supply chains to the further enhance the bilateral trade between the two countries like India and Maldives. And India particularly supported Maldivian government or the marine security, which aimed at deepening the strategic alliance between the two countries and ensuring the safety and stability of the Indian Ocean region. But you have to remember about Maldives. Maldives capital is Malé, and currency is Maldivian rupiah. Remember, it is spelled as rupiah, and president is Ibrahim Mohammed Soli. He is currently the president of Maldives. Next question is from picture. DRDO successfully conducted test flight of indigenous aerial target, which is known as Abhyas. So DRDO, or Defense Research and Development Organization, successfully conducted the flight test of indigenously developed HEAT. Remember, HEAT. HEAT stands for High Speed Expendable Aerial Target, which is known as Abhyas. It is tested on Integrated Test Range Chandipur off the coast of Odisha. So HEAT, basically, remember the keyword HEAT. HEAT is high speed extendable aerial target, and it provides a high subsonic speed trajectory at a very low altitude with high endurance that meets the requirement of the aerial targets of the Indian Armed Forces. And the initial acceleration is provided by the two boosters during launch, and a small turbojet engine is used to sustain high subsonic speed with long endurance. And the aircraft is controlled by ground-based controller and an indigenously developed micro electromechanical system based inertial navigation system. Don't remember this technical thing, just remember it is indigenously aerial target HEAT. HEAT stands for high speed expendable aerial target, and it is known as Abhyas, and it is tested at integrated test range Chandipur off the coast of Odisha. And it is DRDO. Remember, DRDO was established in 1958, and its headquarters is in New Delhi, not in Bengaluru, and chairman is G. Satish Reddy. G. Satish Reddy. Next is Trifid Vandan, or MIS portal of MSP and MFP. MSP stand for minimum support price, and minimum, or you can say minor forest produce, and it is launched by Union Minister of Tribal Affairs Arjun Mundaji. So there are so many initiatives which was basically launched by Tribal Affairs Union Minister Arjun Mundaji, and these all projects are basically related to TriFed. And what is the meaning of TriFed? TriFed stands for Tribal Cooperative Marketing Development Federation of India. These are basically initiative which has recently launched by TriFed. One is TriFed Vandan. It is a chronicle of tribal grit and enterprise. So just remember, this TriFed Vandan Chronicle documents the work done for the promotion of tribal enterprises in the country and the achievements of the tribal entrepreneurs under the Vandan Vikas Yojana. Vandan Vikas Yojana. Next is promotional video on Tribes India. So 9 promotional videos are basically launched to spread the word and communicate effectively on the Tribes India, TriFood, or you can say MSP, or minor forest produce, and Vandan Vikas Yojana were also launched. Next, MIS portal on minimum support price for the you can say minor forest produce, and the dashboard also contains the data pertaining to the list of procurement centers and their locations and the procurement of the minimum support price for the minor forest produce being done across the country. And it is also the formation of 14 honey farmers producer organization, because beekeeping is the activity has been recognized as one of the important activities by the government of India for its promotion and development of the achieved sweet revolution to enhance income of the farmer. So it is sweet revolution. Next, partnership with the UNICEF for taking forward tribal Samvad network. This is important. You have to remember this line. UNICEF and TriFed have signed an MOU to launch the Tribal Samvad Network, Tribal Network for Social and Behavioral Change. And the network includes more than 90 million tribals, 52,000 Vandan self-help groups, 3,100 Vandan Vikas Kendras, market association, Heart Bazaars, and the Tribal India Network and the state agencies. So it will unify all the network of the TriFed. So these are the initiative, but these are not important if you are only considering the exam. But this is very important information, especially to increase your knowledge about the tribals. So that's why we are covering this question. And remember, Union Minister is Arjun Munda. Arjun Munda constituency is Khunti. Khunti is in Jharkhand. And this is the cover page of the chronicle, which is known as TriFed Vandan. Moving to next section, it is our important question section. You have to like this video, you have to share this video as maximum as possible, and please subscribe this channel if you're new on this platform and join a Telegram group from the description box link. Here is the question. Government signed 140 million euro loan agreement with the German Development Bank, which is known as KfW, for energy reforms in which state? So this bank is German Development Bank, and the name of this bank is KfW, and the state government is Madhya Pradesh. So answer of this question is A. So the government of India signed agreement with the German-based developmental bank, which is known as KfW, and total loan is 140 million euro. And this loan is basically reduced interest rate loan, and even 2 million euro, 2 million euro grant is also provided by this bank for the energy reforms in the Madhya Pradesh. And the project will provide upgradation and strengthen distribution of energy network in the Madhya Pradesh. And it will also contribute to an effective, technically and economically and ecologically sustainable energy supply in the state of Madhya Pradesh. And you can also remember, we discussed this question yesterday and even day before yesterday, that another loan agreement was also signed between the government of India and European Investment Bank. European Investment Bank for a loan of euro 250 million for the Agra Metro Rail project. Agra Metro Rail project. And this KfW also provided some loan for the development of the Surat Metro Rail project. So you have to remember, European Investment Bank for the Agra Metro Rail project, this German Development Bank for the Surat Metro Rail project, and also for the energy reforms in the Madhya Pradesh. And Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister is Shivraj Chauhan, and Governor is Chhaganbhai Maganbhai Patel or Chhaganbhai Mangubhai Patel. So remember the name, very important. And very important biosphere reserve is in Madhya Pradesh, Panna Biosphere Reserve. Bandhavgarh National Park is also there, one of the largest national park of India. Kanha Tiger Reserve is also there, Kanha. And maximum forest area also lies with Madhya Pradesh. All over India, maximum forest area lies with Madhya Pradesh. Maximum tigers are also situated in Madhya Pradesh. Like total 526 are there according to the tiger census. So you can also remember the project consists of two components: implementation of smart meters, advanced metering infrastructure, separation of agriculture and the non-agriculture feeder. This is under the energy initiatives which will be funded by this German Development Bank in the state of Madhya Pradesh. Last question, and it is from picture. It is ace Malayalam director K.S. Sethu Madhavan passed away. So the legendary Malayalam filmmaker K.S. Sethu Madhavan passed away at the age of 90 years in Tamil Nadu, but he basically belongs to Kerala because he was born in Kerala in 1931, and he directed over 60 movies in 5 languages including Tamil, Telugu, Hindi during his career. And he has won the 10 National Film Awards, 9 Kerala State Awards among others. So just remember the name K.S. Sethu Madhavan. He was belong to Kerala, and he was very famous Malayalam director. Now we are moving to one-liner important point. Here is the first point. Prime Minister Narendra Modi transferred rupees 1000 crore under the Deen Dayal Annatodaya Yojana. This is basically why Deen Dayal Annatodaya Yojana, National Rural Livelihood Mission, to bank accounts of the self-help groups. And remember, Prime Minister of India addressed the gathering of the women beneficiaries of the several government schemes at Prayagraj, district of Uttar Pradesh, and transferred rupees 1000 crore into the bank accounts of the women self-help groups in the Uttar Pradesh. And the amount was transferred under the Deen Dayal Annatodaya Yojana, National Rural Livelihood Mission. I already told you, like in the last lectures, in 2022, there are elections in UP, Punjab, even you can say Uttarakhand, Manipur, and Goa. So many initiatives started by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Next, Securities and Exchange Board of India restructures its advisory committees on secondary market and mutual funds and corporate bonds. So don't remember, because there are 3 advisory committees that includes the secondary market committee, mutual fund committee, corporate bond committee, and it is for securitization information system, and SEBI restructure this committee. Don't remember, just remember about SEBI. SEBI was established in 1988, but it becomes statutory body in 1992. It means SEBI become a statutory body in 1992. It means SEBI Act started in 1992, and its headquarters is in Mumbai. And who is the head of the SEBI or chairperson is Ajay Tyagi. Next, veteran Indian spinner Harbhajan Singh announced retirement from all form of cricket, and he was senior Indian off spinner, and name was Harbhajan Singh, announced retirement from all form of cricket, And remember one thing about Harbhajan Singh, that Harbhajan Singh was the first Indian cricketer to take hat-trick wickets in test. And Harbhajan Singh is a 41-year-old cricketer from Jalandhar, Punjab. He belongs to Punjab, and he already took 417 wickets in 103 test match, and is the fourth highest wicket taker for India in the test cricket. Next, Indian Navy decommissions INS Khukri after 32 years of service. Just remember the name of this Indian Navy ship, and name of this ship is INS Khukri. And the first indigenously built missile corvette, and it was decommissioned after 32 years of service at Vishakhapatnam in Andhra Pradesh. And the warship was built by Mazagon Dock Shipbuilders and commissioned in 1989, and had been part of the both Western and the Eastern fleets. And Indian Navy new you can say admiral is R. Hari Kumar. R. Hari Kumar. Next, Bharatiya Grahak Divas or National Consumer Day, observed on 24th of December. This day basically commemorates the enactment of the Consumer Protection Act of 1986. And this act was basically, you can say, received assent from the President of India on 24th of December. That's why National Consumer Day observed on the 24th of December. And this National Consumer Day is also known as the National Consumer Rights Day. And who is the Union Minister of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution? It is Piyush Goyal ji. And Piyush Goyal ji is currently the member of Rajya Sabha from Maharashtra. Rajya Sabha member from Maharashtra. Next, 5th National Siddha Day, 23rd of December 2021. So you can see here, this is 5th day, 5th Siddha Day, and it is observed on 23rd of December. And this is just to create awareness about the Siddha system of medicine. And the day is annually organized by the Ministry of Ayurveda, Yoga, Neuropathy, Unani, Siddha, Swarikpa and Homeopathy. It means I am talking about which ministry? I am talking about Ministry of Ayush. And according to the Tamil tradition, there are 18 Siddhars. So you can also remember there are 18 Siddhars who are considered as the pillars of Siddha medicine. And very famous, you can say, author or very famous in the Tamil literature named is Agathyar. Remember, Agathyar. Agathyar, to the Tamil tradition, there are 18 Siddhars who are considered as the pillars of the Siddha medicine. Agathyar is the first Siddhar, and he is considered as the father of Tamil literature. Remember, he is considered as the father of Tamil literature. And he compiled the first Tamil grammar, which is called Agathyam, which is called as Agathyam. By the name of Agathyar, you can also remember Agathyam. This is the first Tamil grammar. And remember what Ministry of Ayush, Union Minister is Sarabnanda Sonowal, who was earlier the Chief Minister of Assam. Now moving to the question of the day. What was the question of 24th of December 2021? TRIPS and TRIMS are associated with which of the following organization? First of all, you have to remember about TRIPS. TRIPS stands for Trade Related Intellectual Property Rights. So TRIP provide minimum standards in the form of common set of rules for the protection of intellectual property globally under WTO system. Next is TRIMS. TRIMS stand for Trade Related Investment Measures. Trade Related Investment Measures. And it is an agreement. It is an agreement on trade related investment measures which specify the rules that are applicable to the domestic regulations a country applies to the foreign investors. And this agreement was formalized in 1994, and it came into effect in 1995. So both the terms are related to trade. That's why these are related to World Trade Organization. Moving to the question of the day. What is the question? Which are the first two Indian banks allowed to open branches in the Pakistan in 2012? Again, very important question, but very simple question. So you have to remember this answer. But first of all, you have to answer me only in the comment box. I'm waiting your answer. Please like this video. Please share this video as maximum as possible, and please subscribe this channel if you're new on this platform, and join a Telegram group and press this bell button so that you can receive the notification on time. And it is Affairs Cloud promise that it will boost your confidence in the general awareness section. Definitely. Don't take life so much serious. Life is fun. Always be happy, and always be happy like this smiley. Thank you guys. Take care and bye-bye.